So do you know what your house is worth? Like, really, do you know how much money it's worth? If I walked up to you right now and said, what's your house sell for? What would you say? Do you even know? Some people don't. So stick around. I'm going to tell you a couple of ways to know your home value here in the Charlotte area, and also a couple of myths that we hear most often. So I recently went to a listing appointment. I sat down with the seller and I said, hi, I'm happy to be here. Can't wait to list your house for you. So talk to me a little bit about what you think your home is worth. And what I got from them was, well, I bought it for $200,000 and I put $25,000 into it. So I need to get at least $225,000 out of it. I said, all right, so tell me about that $25,000. What did you put into the house? And they said, well, I put a new roof on, which was $10,000. Okay. And I also did new flooring in the entire downstairs, which was another $8,000. Great. And then I fixed some concrete driveway repair, which was the remaining portion of the balance. It had some cracking and a couple of potholes in it. I'm like, okay. So when we look at home values, a lot of people believe that it is based on dollar for dollar what you put into your home. And unfortunately, that's our first myth. Dollar for dollar, you don't always get what you put in. So I explained to this client that the roof is actually considered a maintenance item. Anytime you're doing something like a roof, an HVAC system, or something that would be expected to be upkept with the home, that's going to not be a value add. It's going to be a maintenance item. However, just because you did those things doesn't mean you don't get anything for it. We want credit where credit is due. So when I look at these items, desirability comes to mind, right? If I'm a buyer and I walk into a house that has a brand new roof, I may want to purchase that home more than I do the one down the street that has a 20-year-old roof, because I know I'm going to have to replace that roof soon. But this one over here is already done, so that might sway my decision. And you do get that back in value for your home. It's just not tangible dollar for dollar. I've also been in situations where people have overspent on their upgrades. So I was in a $400,000 neighborhood and the house had a sunroom on it. They had added an infinity edge saltwater pool. They had put in all of this hardwood flooring that was special hardwood flooring. They had travertine tile on the entire pool exterior. A lot of money went into this house, and the neighborhood itself was priced right around $400,000. The house actually dollar for dollar was closer to $700,000. It's never a good idea to be the most expensive house in the neighborhood, because it's very hard to find values that will compare, and then buyers can't make up the difference. So you don't want to overspend either what you're putting into a house. If you're thinking about selling and you want to do some upgrades before you do, it's best to reach out to us and we'll walk you through what is going to work for you, what you do need to do, and what you don't have to do in order to get sold. And then we'll leave the decision up to you. If you do X, Y, and Z, your house could be worth this. If you do A, B, and C, your house could be worth this. If you sell it as is, here's your price. So we try to give you options when we come to meet with you. The next big one that I get is this, and I usually hear this one from buyers. Well, they bought it for $280,000 in 2017, and now they're asking $475,000, and I think that's too much profit. Okay, so if you bought stock in Apple when they first started, and now they're doing really well, would you expect the stock guys, when they go to cash you out, they say, oh, you made too much money, we're gonna take some of that for us? No, it's a good investment. The people that purchased that house in 2017 made a good investment. That's it. They made a good investment.
Nice.
We should be happy for them. It's not based on how much they spent and how much you think you should spend over it. That's not how a home valuation works. So if the homes in that area have sold for similar pricing, then it's going to be priced similarly. Home prices have shot through the roof in the last couple of years. We all know it. So there is an expectation that they are going to make a larger profit. A lot of people are cashing in on their equity right now and doing other things with it. It's not a bad thing. It was a good investment, and we should all be okay with that. It's usually those buyers that turn around to sell and want to do the same thing on their side. So you can kind of see both sides of the story. So the next big myth I get is, well, let me do this. I'll check my Zestimate and tell you how much my home is worth. I have a whole nother video on Zestimate and how often they're wrong based on the percentages that Zillow posted on their website. So their own mistakes are out there and they're sharing it, which I can appreciate someone who does that. However, you have to take that into consideration when you are pricing your home. How right are they?
Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up.
I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So Jeff and I just recently listed our house for sale, and we were one of the 20% in the Charlotte area that did not have a Zestimate at all. All of a sudden, once you sell your house, you post it, and then suddenly you have a Zestimate and it's very close to what you sold it for. It's funny how that happens. Sometimes it's even close to what you listed it for, which is silly. To me, it just sounds like their algorithm is picking up our number from the market and just going with it. So I think when that happens, the professionals have had a say in it. Like, we priced the home based on comparables, and then now Zillow is going to use our number. That makes sense. So be cautious when looking at Zillow and gauging that as your Zestimate. I did have a for sale by owner lady a couple of years ago who had her house listed for $258,000, and her house was actually worth closer to $360,000. So $100,000 difference. Thankfully, we were able to get her listed and sold at the higher price. But had she not known, she would have just continued on her day, sold her house for $100,000 less, and Zillow would have won because she didn't win on that one. So just be cautious when using your Zestimate. So how do you price your house in the Charlotte area? I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it. You're gonna look at previously sold homes in the area. You're looking for houses that are similar age, similar size, similar number of bedrooms, and similar condition. That includes updates or no updates, carpet or no carpet, garage or no garage. You need to try to gauge apples to apples. It's hard to do when it's your own home because there's an emotional value there. You're the one who's worked and put all the blood, sweat, and tears into it. So you're the one that wants to see the most money out of it. Trust me, we do too. We get paid based off of that. But it also needs to be realistic enough to sell for you, because that is the whole goal. So you look at these comparable homes. The ones that have sold most recently are the best ones for you to use. You don't want to go back a year or 2 years or 3 years. Try to look at the last 30 to 90 days. If you have to go to 6 months, that's fine, but try to stay within that range. And don't go too far out. Right? So when you do a radius around your home, you don't want to go 6 miles away unless you're in a very rural area. So there are differing factors that can cause that to need to change. If you're in question, you're not sure what your home is worth, and you just want to know a number, Jeff and I do no obligation, absolutely zero obligation home valuations for you. So you can give us a call, we will come out, we will tell you what your home is worth. It takes 5 minutes and you don't even have to clean. Yay! Because we've seen dirty houses, we don't care. So give us a call. We will be happy to come out and just take a look at your home and tell you what we think it's worth. We can also run the numbers from not coming to your house and just give you a basic idea on what it could be like. It's just not as accurate necessarily. We'd have to actually come and see it to give you that. So if you're looking for more information on pricing your home, please shoot us a message, send us a comment, and don't forget, give us some ideas on what you would like to know more about, because we are here to educate you and to help you with your home purchase in North Carolina. We work all over the state and we're happy to help you with whatever you need. Talk to you soon.